What did my 5-year-old say that made the entire family dinner go silent? My daughter Noah has never had a filter. Not once. Not even as a concept. This child came out of the womb judging the lighting. So when my mother-in-law announced she was hosting a big family dinner to introduce everyone to her new boyfriend, I looked at Noah and felt my blood pressure leave my body. I said, "Baby, we're going to grandma's house. There's going to be a new friend there. Please be nice." She looked at me like I'd asked her to solve taxes. Define nice. She is 5. I said, "Don't say anything weird." She said, "I only say what's true. Truth is not weird. You just aren't ready for it." My husband Gio squeezed the steering wheel so hard I thought he'd leave fingerprints in it. We pull up and the new boyfriend, this man named Teddy, opens the door like he already lives there. Big smile, big watch, cologne so strong it entered the room before he did. Noah stopped walking, sniffed twice and whispered, "Something died in here but fancy." Gio coughed into his sleeve. Bad husband. Teddy kneels down and says, "Well, hey there, little princess. I've heard so much about you." Noah doesn't blink. "I've heard nothing about you." My mother-in-law Pauline swoops in and says, "Isn't Teddy wonderful? He's a pilot." Noah looks him up and down. "You fly planes?" He grins. "Sure do, sweetheart." Noah tilts her head. "Then why do your shoes look like you walk everywhere?" Pauline's smile collapsed like a folding chair. I grabbed Noah's hand and pulled her toward the dining room before she could cause an international incident. Dinner starts. Teddy is trying hard, too hard. He's telling stories about flying over the Alps, landing in storms, once calming down an entire cabin during turbulence. Noah is eating her breadstick completely unbothered. My brother-in-law Mace leans over and whispers, "She's loading, I can see it." He was right. Teddy finishes his big hero story and the whole table claps politely. Noah puts her breadstick down. That's when I knew it was over. She looks at Teddy and says, "If you're a pilot, how come you drove here in a Nissan?" The table cracked. Mace spit water. Gio dropped his fork. Pauline said, "Noah," but it was too late. The damage had landed and there were no survivors. Teddy tries to recover. "Well, sweetie, I don't fly everywhere. That would be silly." Noah shrugged. "A real pilot would. Give me strength." Then Pauline taps her glass and says, "Teddy and I actually have an announcement. We're moving in together." Gio blinks. Mace blinks. I stop breathing. But Noah, precious unhinged Noah, puts both elbows on the table, rests her chin in her hands, and says, "Already? My goldfish lasted longer than this relationship and he died in 2 weeks." No one moved. Pauline opened her mouth but nothing came out. Teddy looked at his plate like the mashed potatoes might save him. They would not. Gio whispered, "Noah, eat your food." She whispered back, "I'm not the one making bad decisions." Mace left the table, just stood up and walked to the kitchen. I could hear him wheezing against the refrigerator. Pauline recovers and says, "Teddy is a good man and he makes me happy. That's all that matters." Noah looks at her grandmother dead in the eyes and says, "Grandma, you said that about the last one and the one before that. At some point, this is a you problem." I choked on a dinner roll. Pauline looked at me and said, "Control your child." I said, "Ma'am, I've been trying since 2021. She is uncontrollable." Teddy tries one final play. He puts his arm around Pauline and says, "I really love your grandma. I'm not going anywhere." Noah stares at him for 3 full seconds and says, "They always say that right before they go somewhere." Pauline set her fork down. Teddy pulled his arm back. Then this child picks her breadstick back up, takes one calm bite and says, "But hey, good luck. You're gonna need it. Both of you." Mace came back from the kitchen crying, actual tears, and my husband leaned over and whispered, "She gets this from you." Noah heard him, turned slowly and said, "No, I get my faith from her. I get my honesty from God. And you married into this, so don't act surprised, Giovanni."